So hello and welcome to Stories from the View, a podcast from the Pleasant View Senior Center in East Longmeadow, Massachusetts. On this podcast, we invite East Longmeadow residents to tell us stories about their lives and events. And today's guests are the Mountainview Elementary School Spirit Squad. And we have panelists from the Pleasant View Senior Center here in East Longmeadow. We have Grace Barone and Pat Murray and Jeff Teeden and Rich Mastrodonato. And now here is your Master of Ceremonies, our host, Mary Chenowin Kaplan.
Thank you. Thank you all. And thank you, Mountain View Spirit Squad and your teachers who make it all possible. We appreciate staff taking time to do this for us. Yay. So, our first senior panelist will be Grace. And if Evan would please come on up and ask the first question. All of the questions you hear were created by the Spirit Squad. So we are not responsible, correct? Not us, it's them. Step right up and ask your question.
Out of all the Out of all the places in the world, where was your favorite?
Take your money. That was a great question. It really made me stop and think, and I came up with a very long list of my favorites. But the one thing that they all had in common was that there was beach and ocean. So currently, my favorite destination to head to with my family is Chatham at the Cape. I love spending time there. But I think as long as I'm near the ocean, I'm a happy person. Excellent. Thank you. I don't pass that along. Thank you, Evan. Wiley, come on up.
It was awesome.
And this, want to toss that.
When you were a kid, did you play outside all the time? What kinds of things did you like to do outside?
I loved to play outside all the time when I was a kid. We were very lucky. We lived near a playground. So we had the playground, we'd play in our backyard. We did a lot of soccer, baseball at the time, and dodgeball was always a lot of fun. Loved hopscotch. Still my favorite game to play, hopscotch. I'm not real good at tag anymore. Everybody manages to get away from me before I can catch them. But those were some of the games that I enjoyed playing, Riley. You. Olive, are you ready? Come on up.
What's your favorite activity as a senior?
And go out to midnight. I'm not a great pictures.
I still like to run, so I do a little bit of running and a lot of walking. But still love being outdoors, and running or walking is a great way to explore East Longmeadow or anywhere that you find yourself. It's a great way to learn more about the town or city you're in. Thank you, Olive. Okay, it's time. Thank you so much, Grace. And I will tell you, we take this role very seriously. We were concerned Grace did not qualify as a senior. However, Erin checked her ID. So we know, even though she looks pretty good, barely. This much, she's a senior. Okay, it's time for Jeff to step up here. So the questions will go to Jeff Teeden, and we have Savannah.
In the back. It's my intro. should go, dear.
What was it like growing up without computers or technology, and do you use them now?
Think that would be a tear.
Well, since we didn't have computers back then, I really have no way of answering that question. If it's not there, you can't use it. And yes, I barely use a computer now, just some basic stuff. You could probably blow me away in any kind of computer game.
Very big. Very good. It's great.
Olive, you're up again.
Wait,
How old were you when electronics became a thing? And did you ever play the old Super Mario video game?
oh, like, we'll be able to hear.
I want to know.
Super Mario. We want to hear all that.
To answer your second question first, I've never heard of Super Mario.
I've even heard of Super Mario.
Electronics, one form or another, have been around for a while, but not to the level you know about them. No computers, no video games, just TV, radio, lights. That's about it.
Okay, sure.
Okay, and now we have Emily.
Really? These questions don't mean that they're out of order.
Yeah, they're out of order. Okay.
Were there any new inventions during your childhood?
Okay,
Yeah.
The major inventions I can think of as a child came about from NASA and our race to the moon. Stuff like Velcro was created so the astronauts could put stuff, hang stuff up, and it wouldn't float away because of weightlessness.
It was good to melt that.
So let's try Pat. Okay. Thank you so much, Jeff. And for those who may not be aware, in addition to being a member of the podcast committee, Jeff is part of the theater group that will be performing Don Quixote. So check out that newsletter, my friends, and see him appear again. So step on up, Pat. It is time. And Emily?
there she is.
What is your favorite movie?
That I think that's the wrong one. Here, there you go.
Just do your best, my friend.
Oh, no, this one. Oh, your question. They're out of order.
They're out of order. Oh, that's a rich
That's
question.
okay.
That's all right.
Give it to Rich.
Yeah.
He's a nice man.
What's your favorite
Unprepared.
movie?
My favorite movie, I would say Indiana Jones series, Jeremiah Johnson, that type of thing. And I prefer action thrillers, comedy combined, that type of thing. I view movies and watching TV as relaxation. I don't like to get into real heavy drama type things.
We knew you were into action.
But don't screw up the kids.
Okay. That was just Emily, right?
Yes.
Emily, why don't you come up and ask your other question now?
I only
You only had one? Okay.
Evan.
Evan, come on up.
Let's see what.
Evan comes up with.
You got it. There you go.
When you were growing up, what was the most used for communication with others? We use text, emails, and social media a lot.
What? Let's you. Open.
Okay.
That was an excellent question. We didn't have all the communications you have now, although I know how to work them all. The telephone was very rare. Not everybody had a phone. If you did, you'd press 0, get the operator there, call the person. Notes, cards, person-to-person talking. A lot of that is missed now.
Agreed. I love cards. It's so nice to get one in the mail that's handwritten.
Riley.
Brain.
What work did you do? Do you still do it in your life? Has it been fun for you?
Out of all the different jobs that I've had, the best one was being a property manager, dealing with people. I learned a lot through being a property manager, all computer programming and different things. I don't still do that, but joining the senior center here, we are still able to communicate with people, and that's my favorite thing.
Pat, can you tell us what a property manager does?
Yes, property manager is you're moving people in and out. There's a lot of computer work in that, data processing. You're figuring out people's rents, 30%.
You were in charge of a big building.
I was in charge of 5 big buildings. Yes.
5 buildings.
Yeah, I just left work a couple years ago. So, and I miss it very much. But that's why I like the senior center, because I still have people to talk to and deal with, and volunteering at the senior center.
Thank you. Okay, and now Olive.
You know.
What was the most exciting part of your life so far?
Well, that's a good one.
That is a very good one. I worked a lot for many, many years, and now as I'm retired, this is the most exciting part, just being where I am now.
Okay, thank you, Pat. Excellent. And now we have our grand finale, I believe, with Rich. Come on up, Savannah.
Did you have a favorite sport, and did you play any sports when you were younger, and do you still play them now?
Well, as far as sports go today, I don't really play any sports at this time in my life, but a sport that I like to watch is like skating and the Olympics in general, that type of thing. Did I play sports? Yeah, I played football. Believe it or not, I was a tackle. Even being a small guy, I was very effective. I used to take down guys twice my size, believe it or not. And track and field, I used to like that. Javelin, shot put, that type of stuff, running. And sports one either. And as far as playing now, well, I don't really do any sports at this time. To me, my sport now is stamp collecting. So, okay, that's my sport now. Okay.
Tell us a little bit about stamp collecting.
Well, stamp collecting is a lifetime hobby. It's it stamps from all parts of the world. You can look them up, learn about the country, and every stamp is printed for a reason, a famous person, a famous place, and you can go into and look into that, and you find out about all the different personalities of the people, what they did for a living, why they're on stamp, why they're famous, and the same as the landscaping and buildings and what the buildings were about and why they're on stamps, and when you're collecting stamps, you're in another world. It's very relaxing. It's very educational. And I've been collecting since I was probably 12 years old.
Why?
And so it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Can you go get?
I'm sorry?
Where do you go to get the old stamps? Where do you?
Well, we have a stamp club here. We have 25 members. And we buy collections, for people. You can go online. When I was a teenager and even as a young adult, Springfield was a big hub. Actually, Massachusetts was very big into the hobby, and it was one of the strongest areas in the country. Now, and there was probably half a dozen stamp stores in the Springfield area. Now there are none. Okay. Unfortunately, the hobby has lost popularity with the advent of computers and cell phones, and people that spend a lot of time with the video games rather than we go to the comic books or collecting baseball cards or collecting stamps. Some people don't even know what stamp collecting is, but they're available. You can get them online. There's endless, and then the APS, American Philatelic Society. They have a web page where members sell stamps. You can buy stamps that way. But there's many areas where you can pick up material. If any of you are interested, we meet here the second and fourth Tuesdays of the month. And by the way, during the summertime, if any of you young people would like to come and visit us, we'd love to have you and introduce you to stamp collecting, if you like that sort of thing. It's really a lot of fun.
Thanks, Rich.
That is great. She's wonderful. Yeah, okay.
What was your favorite grade in school? Did you have any favorite teachers? And did you go to college?
My favorite grade in school was probably my sophomore year of high school. Why? I just enjoyed it. And we were involved in a lot of things. I was in the play. We put on plays. The King and I was Luther, if you okay, and that. And I played sports. I was very involved in a lot of different things in high school and during all 4 years of high school. I have a favorite teacher. There's one teacher that sticks in my mind. My kindergarten teacher, Miss Berry. I can still see this little lady with the glasses, just like you envision on a TV show. That you look at probably 71 years ago, and I still see her very vividly. For some reason, it's always stuck with me, her personality and her name. Did I go to college? Yes, I went to Greater Hartford Community College at the Colt Building. Okay, and then from there I went to Central Connecticut State College, and that was a very enjoyable time. And actually, when I enrolled in Greater Hartford Community College, the semester was $50, believe it or not. And I think Greater Hartford, Central Connecticut was probably $150, $200 at the time. Yeah. A little different nowadays.
Thanks, Rich.
Thank you.
So, do we have any other spare questions I missed? Nope, everybody asked everything they want to? Great. Rich, I would like to thank you, and I think your lesson is you'll enjoy school more if you get involved and do stuff. But that is probably a lesson the Spirit Squad has already learned because you're so active in your schools already. Okay, if we could have one final great round of applause for the Spirit Squad. Thank you so much for coming. These delightful young people are going to hang out and have lunch with us.
Does anyone have questions?
Oh, we're going to turn the tables. Seniors, do you have any questions for the Spirit Squad? Oh, excuse me, young man? There's one in every crowd.
He's younger than me, so is he.
Well, I was pointing to my husband behind you. Pass that over to Rich. Rich has a question. Put your thinking caps on.
What is your favorite thing that you like to do in school?
Think,
Who wants to take that question?
Well, I like sport a lot, and enrichment.
What's enrichment? That wasn't invented when I was in school.
It's like, I'm not sure what it means, but like in enrichment, we build stuff. And right now, what we're working on is we're trying to make a dice roll without like touching it and using cardboard boxes and like other materials to try to make the dice roll.
Creativity?
Wow.
And I like gym a lot because like we run around a lot in gym. And right now in gym we're doing a bowling. So we're knocking down pins and like so how we're doing it is we have a bingo sheet and like the number of pins we knock down, we like color in the number, and then if we fill the whole sheet up, we get a prize.
Ooh. We could do that here. Anyone else want to answer that question? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You can say no, thank you. Pat has a question.
Go ahead.
What are some of your goals going into middle school or high school? Does anybody have any goals?
Ooh, we're getting serious. Of course, here she is.
Well, probably my main goal is like try my best and try to make other people work hard to get to their goals as well.
Good. I think that was a great final question and answer. Thank you so much. We are getting dangerously close to lunchtime. So again, we thank the Mountainview Spirit Squad and their wonderful staff members who brought them with us. The Spirit Squad will be staying with us for lunch, so you can ask them other private questions at that time.
Okay, thank you, Mary. That wraps up another episode of Stories from the View. We'd like to thank our guests again from the Mountain View Elementary School Spirit Squad. And we'd like to thank our panelists, Grace Barone and Pat Murray and Jeff Teeden and Rich Mastrodonato. Thank you so much for coming in here and being here. The Stories from the View podcast is available on the LCAT 01028 channel on YouTube and on Spotify. We'd also like to thank Ed Fitzgerald for the audience warm-up today. Aaron Kobler and Alicia Smith is our cue card people. Our podcast committee of Ed Fitzgerald, Mary Jenna Kaplan, Jeff Teeden, and we'd also like to thank our executive producer, Aaron Kobler, and Don Mackey from LCAT for helping us set this up. Thanks to the audience for all your support and help. We will see you next time on Stories from the View.